Hello everyone. If I'm audible and properly visible, just send a comment that yes, everything is fine so that we can start. I'll be watching on the comments. If everything is fine, just say yes, everything is fine. And then we are good to go over here. We have got almost 33 people who have joined us. Yes, I have got one thumbs up from Facebook that everything is fine. Great. So Vrishali, thank you very much. Padmaja, thank you. Thank you for confirming that I am audible and I'm clearly visible to all of you. So let's begin. Once again, hello everyone and welcome to today's session. As you all know, this session is going to be about Chat GPT and how we can use Chat GPT in the HR domain. Some of you might be knowing and few of you who do not know, I have more than 17 years of experience. And let me tell you, when this Chat GPT came, I think in November 2022, it all started. Almost within a couple of months, I got the news and I started using it. So you can say I have been using it from the very beginning. So whatever I'm going to talk today, it is purely based on my experience and how I have used this tool to help me do more in less amount of time. So you all stay with me and understand that how we can use this tool in a better way. When I launched the registrations, I found that there are people who are actually not from HR domain, but they have also registered. Thanks to them. Here, I would also like to say that they can stay with us because whatever we are going to tell here, those tricks are going to be useful for them, whether it is from any other domain or any other stream, it is going to be useful for them as well. I also encourage you all to actively participate in this conversation because as you know, I am talking to camera. So whatever I can see is through the chats which you are sending across. So I encourage you to keep engaging with me via the chats. And when I'm telling you or when I'm giving you some inputs, you have certain questions around it, please do not hesitate. Put a question. I'll be trying to answer these questions. Please understand that this is going to be just 1 hour. To understand Chat GPT and whatever I have learned in last almost close to 2 years now, it takes a lot of time to understand that how it is done. So there are more than 60 or 70 prompts which I'm going to give to Chat GPT, and then they're going to look at the results. And I'm also going to make you help and understand that how these prompts need to be written, because it's a system which is going to respond based on how you are actually giving the prompts. So the better the prompts are, better the responses are. So if you're giving a very generic prompt, the response will be generic. So I hope everybody is ready to go through the different prompts. Yes? Good. So what I will be doing, I'll be sharing my screen and then we will look at different prompts and try to understand them. Yes, Rohit, Arvind, thank you all for joining in right now. So let's look at the other parts right now. I hope the Chat GPT screen is visible to you. So this is very simple screen, nothing more special to be told. Here you can say message to Chat GPT at the bottom of the screen, message to Chat GPT. So what I'm going to do right now, I will be removing myself from the screen so that everybody can maybe have a better look of the screen. Yes, so I think it's better now and we can have look at the prompts. So let me tell you first of all that whenever we are setting prompts in Chat GPT, the important aspect is to understand the context, that what is the context under which you are using it. Here I would like to share my experience, how I have used it. So typically I have created one assistant for me in Chat GPT. So whatever my work is, whatever my profile is, whatever company I work for, so typically all those inputs I have given to Chat GPT. And then as and when whatever situation comes up, I keep on asking those questions to Chat GPT and it keeps on responding to me. Sounds interesting? Let's see how it works actually. So here, for example, what I will do, I will just pick up one situation and I will create a dummy kind of an organization first. and then we look at how those information are being used by Chat GPT. And this is the first prompt, and this is the, I can say, most important prompt which you all need to understand. Until you understand this, it is not going to help you, or the responses will be very generic, and then you will say this session was not informative, and I was not able to get anything from the session. Okay, so let's look at the first. So I have just, since my prompt diary is ready, so I'm just pasting it over here. So what I'm going to do, as you can say, I'm just go through it because this is the basic of the complete session of today's. So what I'm giving the prompt right now is create a dummy profile of an organization called ABC Private Limited. What you can do, you can name your own organization. So for the system to understand better, I'm calling it that this company specializes in manufacturing of medicine. It is from pharma industry. The company is based out of Noida, India. The total workforce is 1,000 with male-female ratio of 80-20. This is a family-run business run by chairman and MD, Ms. Sunita Rao. So all these are some fake names, you can say, some imaginary things. The head HR is Ms. Vijeta. The organization follows, a formal yet friendly tone of communicating with the employees. Again, this is important because when I go to the next prompts, you will understand that these are the basic inputs which you need to give while defining the prompt for your own particular organization or wherever you're working. Few more details, like company is IMS certified, the company is covered under Factories Act, different kind of acts under the government of India, and also I have mentioned state of Uttar Pradesh. Reason is simple, because there are certain things which are guided by state rules. That is why I have mentioned state of Uttar Pradesh over here. I've also mentioned in terms of the departments in this particular organization, the qualification as well I have defined. Then I have defined the average age of the employees also. So I'm just going to press enter over here. So now what Chat GPT is doing, it is creating the whole company profile based on the inputs which I have given. See, again, it has actually rewritten it now. So now it has understood that, okay, I'm going to work with the system based on this. The second prompt, or I will say the mother prompt. So this prompt is going to be useful not only for HRs, but people working in any industry. People working in any industry, they can use this prompt, and the only thing is they need to define the role. So for example, here what I'm telling, that act as a HR professional. The other industry people can define as per their role. With 15 years of work experience, who has already served in 3 organizations. These organizations were from FMCG and manufacturing. Have you understood the role? So this is the question I'm asking to Chat GPT. Once it responds to that, then I will start asking proper prompts related to the HR function. I hope everybody is there with me and everybody is understanding it very clearly. So yes, look at the response now. Yes, I have understood the role. I have understood my role as HR professional with 15 years of experience, having worked in the organization. How can I assist you today? Now, Chat GPT has understood the role. Chat GPT has understood the organization. The more and more details we'll give to Chat GPT about the organization, about the structure, about the people, about the department, the better and accurate responses are going to come. So here I'm going to, if there are any question, kindly send it in the chat box. I'll be taking those questions as and when we have time over there. So let's look at the next prompt, which I'm going to right now talk about. So we are now moving in the next part where I'm going to look at first thing, which is like automating routine HR task. How we can automate the routine HR task. So now this Chat GPT has understood the organization. It has also understood the role. So now we are taking the prompt related to automating the HR task. So the prompt which I'm giving to Chat GPT is something like this. Draft a detailed process for the employee onboarding workflow, including necessary documentation and compliance check. So sometimes in our roles, we are in a situation where we need to define roles, processes, SOPs, and we are typically stuck that how to go about it. So it gives you, I can say, first draft, but that first draft is, I think, close to 80 to 90% it's accurate. There are just minor tweaking needed in that. So what it helps you in getting the things done faster. So let me put a enter to this prompt right now. Yes. Okay, so are you finding it interesting now that we have given certain information? Now it has started responding in terms of what need to be done. So step one, pre-boarding, before the employee's first day. You have to issue the offer letters and what needs to be done. That has also been clarified by Chat GPT. Then in terms of collecting the pre-joining documents, it has clearly given us government issued IDs such as PAN, Aadhaar, passport, education certificates, so the graduation, post-graduation, etc. So all these things, system is automatically able to track it from there. Look at the information, gather documents for compliance verification such as EPFO Form 11. We had just told ChatGPT about PF, but now it is giving very specific information related to Form 11. Then nomination forms for EPF and ESIC, also talking about background verification. So you are getting whole set of information just by giving one simple prompt, and it has just talked about step one. Step two is document verification, which is formal onboarding. So here HR greets a new joiner and provides onboarding kit, such as company policies, ID cards, etc. So again, this is very important information, and those information need to be verified. So you can collect the signed offer letter and other agreements. This is again important for all of us, because many times we may miss this very basic information or basic things. But since system has already defined us, we can look at each and every step and then define that whether this is applicable to us, this is not applicable to us. Okay, look at ESIC, the gratuity, then start the orientation part. Correct. So you can look at each and everything which Chat GPT has thrown to us, and because we have mentioned that the company is IMS certified, so in the post onboarding, that is within first month, it also talks about training and compliance, where IMS certification awareness has also been brought into the onboarding process. So this is the beauty. The better input you give to Chat GPT, the better response is going to come. It is helping you to understand that whatever details we have shared in the first stage, those informations is being used by Chat GPT to give us more and more informative details, and which is going to help us a lot. Some of the things it has taken on its own, for example, group health insurance. We have not talked about when we had given the prompt, but it is helping because it has learned from a lot of information which the Chat GPT is already having. From that database, it is learning and giving us that group health insurance is also part of it. So we can see if your organization follows group health insurance, you can mention it or you can simply remove it. You can look at all these things, very simple, all steps mentioned. I hope everybody is liking it and understanding it as well, that this makes job quite easy, quite simple. Is everybody with me on this? Yes, some comments in the chat box. See, I am talking to camera. Until you people respond in chat box, it is really difficult to get engaged. Yeah, so I got the response from Milan. Yes, Varun says yes, Milan says yes. Thank you, both of you. Now let's look at the second prompt. We are still in the, we have just given the first prompt, I can say. Now, the second task is in terms of generating templates. So let's look at how it can help in generating different kind of templates, which makes our work a lot easier. So we go to Chat GPT and we give a new prompt like generate a template for email response to acknowledge receipt of employee leave request, ensuring clarity and compliance with the company policy. Let's look at the response of Chat GPT over here. We are asking for an email template. Let's look at how the system addresses. So you look at over here. It says subject, that what should be the subject line? Acknowledgement of leave request. Dear, whatever is coming in the square bracket, you have to put the employee's name over here, over there. The language, the tone, it is going to follow whatever we have given it at the beginning. We have talked about that it has to be formal yet friendly language. That is why this language is very, very subtle language. You can see on the screen. This is to confirm that we have received your leave request for dates and start to end. So these kind of things. Yeah. So here, I think Nitin Patel says, right, sir, onboarding process are covered. Yes, Nitin, this is just, I will say, start. We are going to look at more and more things from the employee onboarding. Yes. Okay, so this was the second prompt. This can generate the normal, you can say, a draft, and then you can use it for giving the reply response to the employees. Let's look at another prompt over here, where we're going to talk about another in the routine task of HR is sometimes creation of SOPs. So let's look at whether Chat GPT can help us in creating SOPs as well. So the prompt I'm giving is create a standard operating procedure, which is SOP, for performance appraisal process, including timelines and criteria for evaluation. Let's look at the response. So this is the magic happening. Are you there with me? And you're finding it really interesting that how we can use Chat GPT in a numerous ways. This is just the beginning, let me tell you. We have got almost close to 1 hour to discuss, and I'm going to give you more and more prompts. And those of you who had registered, let me give you one small gift at the end of the show. So please stay with me till the end of the show, right? So as you can see, it has already given us some more information, some more details, some steps clearly defined. Let's look at this goes. Yes. Yeah. So it talks about standard operating procedures. So simple thing you can do, you can simply copy and paste it from here. And based on your organization, you can make small changes. Here the job becomes very, very easy. If you're getting any question over here, any more information you need, please do ping me in the chat box. I will take up the question and respond you immediately over here that how we can use Chat GPT for that as well. So this was something related to the part of automating routine task. The other important task of HR is to get a feedback for various things we keep on doing in the organization, whether it is training, or whether there are any other things. Okay. So there is one question which has come, and let me share that question with everybody. So Amit Gupta is asking, what if we follow 9-box model for performance appraisal? No problem. So whatever response ChatGPT has given to us, we just ask ChatGPT to rewrite the whole procedure, keeping in mind the 9-box model. I will just write this this particular prompt. So I'm writing, please rewrite the SOP with 9-box model for performance appraisal. So we're live, and you can see the SOPs is going to change based on the 9-box model. See, 9-box model talks about your current achievement and future capability. So it has already defined over here. So Amit, I think your question is responded over here, that how 9-box model is getting. Swati, it can be used for both actually. So some organization follow 9-box model for the appraisal process as well as the succession planning things as well. So you see right now it talks about the high performance, high potential, high performance, medium potential, high performance, low potential. Correct? So you can clearly see that it is very easy to moderate or make some changes in the basic prompt and get the output whatever way we want the things to work for us. So there are other questions which has also come up. For example, yes, Amit, I think I have answered your question. I will be moving forward over here. Padmaja, you are asking that if the appraisal is monthly, then also it can work, because then you have to just define that what are the cycles you are going to follow. The moment you tell the appraisal system or this chatbot the your own model that we are going to follow monthly appraisal process, it is going to redefine everything for you. So you can use and try it out. And still you are facing trouble, do let me know. I will help you out on that as well. Yeah. So good. I think there we have answered, and you can see it is talking about step by step. Everything has been addressed over here. So I will move on the second part. Meanwhile, I have received one more comment from Varun where he says, "Sir, can we use Chat GPT for training purpose as well?" Definitely, because that is something which we are going to cover in the next prompts which are going to follow. So let's look at one more prompt where we are talking about developing a workflow for handling employee grievance. Okay, because many organizations do have their, and here I am going to introduce a new thing to you, which some of you might had tried. If not, do give it a try. So I am giving it a new prompt: develop a workflow for handling employee grievances, where including step of escalation and resolution timelines, and give the output in a table. Because whatever we have seen so far, it is coming as a text. Many times the need is to get the output in a table. So how to do that? So simple prompt is there. You have to develop the workflow for handling employee grievances, and the output has to be in a table. So this prompt of giving the output in table can be used anywhere. Okay, so it gives you more precise or simple to understand, easy to follow. So let's look at the response right now, because I have asked proper prompt in terms of table. Okay, yeah. Now look at the table over here. So the prompt was, we had asked for a workflow. Swati, chat doesn't help with tabular templates. How can we get that? No, Swati, actually it does. For example, whatever you're seeing on the screen is a table right now. We can simply copy it from here and paste it, whether it's an Excel or Google Sheet, whatever you want to try, you can do that, and it comes in a table. Yes, so look at it. It talks about grievance reporting. The action is employee submits grievance through official channels, whether it's email, HRMS portal, grievance or form. Who is responsibility? Employee. What is the timeline as per the incident occurrence? And the note is, ensure the grievance is documented and dated. So you can find that it gives a very simple step-by-step procedure for us. And that is what is going to help us understand it even in a better way. Yeah. So I'm just removing this comment first of all. Yeah. Okay. So we are getting, yes. Good. I think Swati's question has been answered over here, and she had understood that giving simple command in Chat GPT for asking for output in a table, it gives the output in the table, and it can simply be taken into Excel or Google Sheet, and you can use it. Okay, so this was related to grievance. Let me move faster over here. We have got 40 people and more than that, I think, who are watching it live right now. Okay, so what I'm going to move right now is move to now recruitment. So similarly, you can try and use it for other tasks as well. It is going to help you in doing that. Now, since we have got, I think, 60 minutes up to 8:30 what we had targeted, but we have just completed, I can say, 7 prompts, and I've got more than 60 prompts which can be used in different domains. So let's look at the first prompt from the recruitment front. So here I'm using another prompt where I'm going to talk about generate a comprehensive job description for the position. So whatever is in the square bracket, you can mention, for example, of sales executive, of sales executive. Okay, and then department, we can say what department. It has to be marketing kind of thing, marketing and sales. So let's put at marketing and sales. Okay, with the company values and required qualification. This is a prompt I'm giving. So many times the role of HR is to create these job descriptions. We keep on going back to the line function. Please give us your job description so that we can post the ad. But even they are not able to do it. How we can help that? By taking help of Chat GPT, we should generate I can say a draft, and then share with them that please make changes. And I can tell you the response is very good. Then they are able to do it quite faster. Look at here, job title, department, location, reports to which company, then something about the company, then the job summary, what kind of key responsibilities are going to be there, identify and approach sales and business development, so identify and approach potential clients, your customer relationship management, reporting and documentation, sales strategy and planning. You see, do you think it is interesting or not? Or do you find it exciting to use the tool or not? If yes, please give a comment. Yes, Rahul has asked, can we get the best practices used by competitor organizations? Amit Gupta, we can actually, but that is a different tool, and that can be a discussion for separate session where I will be taking that how we can use the latest things over there. How to copy this information template in mail or Excel? Simple copy paste. I will tell you. Selection, right click, copy. This is what is going to happen. You can simply copy and paste it from here. So one more, a very interesting question has come before I move forward, and I would like to take this question because some of you might be. So Padmaja is asking, hi sir, if we have the monthly report of employee which has information about his work, is it possible to generate the JD from the monthly report? Yes, very much. I will say it's easier then, because then you are giving more specific information. First of all, we have to look at what information you are getting from the system, whatever you're using information, and then use it. So you can say that, no, rewrite this JD by using the following information, and then whatever the feedbacks are there, put it to Chat GPT. It is going to rewrite the job description itself. Yeah. If there are any specific, I will help it. Yes. Okay. So this was something on the, and then it has also given the key performance indicators for that particular role. The qualification also it has mentioned. Certifications also, you say, the experience also. So sometimes we agree or sometimes we may not agree with the experience. So we can ask ChatGPT to kindly change that. And these benefits, how to apply. You see, I have given a very simple prompt, and it has generated me a whole lot of content which I can play with and customize it to my need. That is how it is going to help me. So this was the first prompt from the recruitment side. What I will do here, I'm going to. So as I have already talked about generating emails. So similar kind of acknowledgement emails you can generate from the prompt itself. So I'm not going to repeat the email part, because those templates we have already seen in the first part of automating the routine HR task. Let's go back and look at something more important. Sometimes when the interview is happening and you want to help the interviewer that what kind of question you need to ask. So I can simply say, because we have given one position over here. So create a questionnaire for the interviewer to evaluate the candidate. Respond in a table. Follow star model. So many times we have found that even interviewers are not sure what question to be asked, in what format to be asked, what information we are seeking, and what it is going to help in understanding. So even those kind of inputs can be given to the interviewers. Otherwise, Arvind is asking, sir, can we create feedback form for HR policy of company with objectives? Yes, we can do that, Arvind. That is also very simple to do. I will come to that as well, because that is another part of it. So I think you can see we have taken an output in a simple table over here, and it helps. And you can share this kind of information to your managers who are going to take interviews. They will be happy that, okay, this is something which I need to follow. Otherwise, what happens, we see a candidate and then we decide, we ask different set of questions to one candidate and a very different set of questions to second candidate, and then we start judging who is the best or who is not the best kind of thing. But once we have got a set of questions to be referred to, the thing will be more simpler, and for them also they will be focused on similar evaluation criteria for them. Correct? So this was something on the questionnaire model questions, and how we can have defined star model. If there are any other models, you can maybe give that prompt as well and get those questions in that particular fashion as well. So let's move on and find something more interesting. Yes. Okay, we have. Sir, can we paste a resume and ask Chat GPT to make a brief synopsis of that resume? Definitely. In fact, here I would like all of you to go back to my HR Nomad official channel, where I have given almost 40 minutes of one complete session which talks about this particular aspect of how to take content or evaluate the job descriptions as well as resume, the matching of the resume with job description. All those things are possible. All those things are possible. Vishal is asking, sir, can we create policy from it? Yes, simply say create a policy from it. It will create policy for you, depending on whatever more input you want to give, so that it is customized up to your needs and requirements. Yeah. So let's. So this is something from recruitment, and maybe I can say that you ask ChatGPT also to create a checklist for the managers, so that they are not forgetting any important aspect in the interview. Otherwise, if their moods are swinging here and there, then they will ask very different questions from different candidates. So let's look at the checklist. I'm trying to create a checklist using ChatGPT. And here you can say, if you have given a prompt and you have got a response, and because you can see there are certain things which are not properly formatted over here. If you copy paste it, we are going to land in a different issue over there. So what you can do right now, in the main prompt itself, if you again hover into that, there is a pencil icon. Click on edit message. Okay, and you continue output in a table. As we have understood earlier, we can use the same, we can edit the same prompt, and it is going to give me a fresh response. You can see 2 out of 2. We can keep on improvising that particular prompt. Yes. So one question has come. Let me, so because this is another part, which Vishal is asking, sir, is it helpful for knowing new amendments in various acts? Yes, it's very useful to understand the amendments. And that is where you have to keep on updating these particular ChatGPT prompts. So suppose you have created one session for you, it is going to be saved, or you can define it like that. It is saved for you. And then whenever new things are coming, you can upload even PDF. They read through PDF as well. There are various tools into that. But those are things for another session, where I'm going to talk in detail more on those particular aspects and how to read the different acts fast, understand them fast, create SOPs out of it. So all those things are possible when we are doing it. Okay. One more question from Amit. Can we get list of suitable candidate based on JDs along with CV or social media profiles, especially LinkedIn? Amit, if you have got already the profiles, so linking with LinkedIn is at this point of time something which I have not explored directly. However, as far as you are having the CV and you are having the JD, what you can do, you can upload the JD, then you can follow it with the resume, and it is going to give you a table. So again, I'm referring, please do go back and look at that particular what I will be doing in the community. I'm going to share the link of that video. It is going to help you to understand how to use ChatGPT for recruitment, the JD, the matching of JD with the resume, so that you can say which profile is how much % matching with that. So that is something which you can look at, and it is going to help. Yes, Vishal, I will be sharing that in the community. It is just 30 to 40 minutes, if I'm remembering correctly, the session, and that will get wonders for you. So let's look at another prompt. Yes. So I think everybody is finding it really interesting. Let's look at, somebody was talking about policy creation. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to create one referral program over here, which typically in recruitment it is used. In the similar way, you can use for policy as well. So I'm asking ChatGPT to develop an employee referral program outline, including incentive, guidelines, and communication strategies to encourage employee participation in the recruitment process. So this is the prompt. And once I give the go ahead to Chat GPT to create that particular program outline, you can see in the similar way policies can also be created. See, program objective, eligibility, the guidelines for referrals, okay, the incentive structure. So they have defined some kind of incentive structure as based on your own organization. You can define it for you yourself as well. So it talks about the incentive structure, the bonus amounts. So it has just given some random numbers. You can bump it up, lower it down, whatever your organization finds suitable for. The non-monetary, the referral process also it has defined. In the similar way, the policies can also be written. The communication strategies, everything comes very in a very meticulous way, step by step. Yes. So this is how the Chat GPT can be used to create processes, policies. Yeah, that is what is something which you can use for creating different policies as well. Let's go back and find something more interesting. So if you have some kind of data, okay, I'm just trying this prompt. Let's see, because we have not uploaded any information, but it is going to give us some kind of template. Because many times when we are looking at review process and how the HR is being reviewed, so they ask different matrices. So let's see how the template looks like, and we can use these kind of templates for showing our own performance to the management. Yes, it talks about recruitment matrix. First position, total positions opened, total hires, target, actual, variance, and then analysis part of it. Then time to fill. Most of us are aware about this particular fundamental, that there's something called time to fill. Then the analysis of it. Then another is your cost per hire. Many times, even in the interviews, I've asked many HR candidates, can you give me breakup of what is the cost per hire, how the costs are involved. So these are the things. Yeah, and then an analysis of that. Then you look at the candidate quality, another parameter, how the recruitment process needs to be judged, how that it has to be reported. Then this is very well known, recruitment source effectiveness. We look at employer referrals, job portal, agencies, social media, whatever modes of recruitment your company you might be doing. So these things can be used. Then some summaries and recommendation, and if there are any other information you want to share. So this is typically the format which you can use in presenting to your management the overall performance of recruitment function in HR. So it has given you a template. You can simply copy paste in Word file. You can make changes and you can do that. So this completes anything on recruitment you still want to know. I think I will be sharing the link in the chat box for that particular video in the community, and you can use that to understand in more detail for this. Next one is another very challenging area, is the training and development. So we need to create some induction programs for people, how to do that. Then we need to give the assessment after the training programs, how to do that. So we'll look at a couple of prompts for that, and we'll see how it goes. And let's look at the first prompt, and I'm giving the prompt. Yes, generate a comprehensive training program outline for onboarding of new employees in the. So here I'm putting one department which we had mentioned for this particular organization, ABC. So we are calling it, let's look at what it does for, why R&D? Let's look at quality, or yeah, let's look at quality. Yes. So here is the comprehensive training. So you see new employee onboarding training programs for quality assurance department. So the program duration, it has defined the program outline, week 1, what is going to happen, the learning objective, the key topics to be covered, the regulatory compliance, the IMS certification, different activities. You can see it very, very beautifully does the job for you. And then you have got simpler job where you have to look at it, copy and paste it in your Word files, and make changes, whatever you find is suitable for you, that this is what is important for me, make those changes and you start working on that. It is as simple as that. So you can see everything is there ready-made for you. Because, and why this is coming, for example, if you look at key topics, quality control procedure, why it is talking about testing methods such as chemical analysis, microbiological testing, because in the first prompt we had talked about this organization ABC as a pharma organization. If it would have been IT company, the response would have been very different. So what happens, Chat GPT understands the context. So you have to make Chat GPT understand the context by giving the right kind of input at the right point of time. In this particular case, at the beginning of the discussion itself. So it is going to help you in giving the outputs which are very, very relevant to you directly, to your organization directly. Yeah. So this is something which you can look at, use it, and I can tell you, you are going to save more than 50 to 70% of your time, and then you can use that time in engaging more with employees. More strategic intervention can come once you are out of this admin or very mundane task. I will tell you, these are very mundane things because they simply copy paste or text kind of thing happening over there, and this can help you in improving your own. Amit, very much. If so, Amit is asking, can this training program for the new hire be customized basis input received in interview evaluation? Yes. In fact, when I go to PMS section of ChatGPT prompts, I will tell you how to looking at the feedbacks, how to customize the whole performance improvement plan for particular personals. Because suppose somebody is not doing good in one kind of area or the other kind of area, that can be used in defining that kind of, give that kind of prompt. The output will be very different. Okay, I think this helps you in understanding that how it is done. So some of you might be thinking these are so much of prompts, but what I'm trying to help you understand that understand the basic fundamental of it, and then start using it, customize it up to your requirement. Yeah. So let's look at one more prompt here. This is a very let me take something which we all developing some survey questions. How many of you are actually using survey tools to get the feedbacks? Immediately just write in the comment box, yes, we are using it. And then from where are you getting those survey questions? Are you investing a lot of time in researching for those questions? Then I'm going to tell you easier way to do it, which is going to save a lot of your time. Okay, so let's look at the prompt for it. So develop a feedback survey template for evaluating the effectiveness of training programs. Swati is doing very well, where she's that I use ChatGPT to use survey questions. Very good. So you can use these templates as well. And based on the prompts you are giving, more detailed programs you are giving, you can use it, and your survey questions will be very, very particular about the things. You see, then these forms become very simple. Very simple forms are there. Logistic, learning outcomes, overall satisfaction, then your open-ended question. Because what ChatGPT has responded us is with a form kind of thing where we can copy and paste it in Word file and then we can use it. However, I can give it a different prompt. Rewrite it for using it on Microsoft Forms. So it has given me a step-by-step process. So what kind of options, the text, whether text has to be given, drop-down is to be given, choice of things, even your thank you message, everything ChatGPT has written for us. So it makes the job very, very easy. Amit, your question is like, a lot of time the response rate to these survey is low. Can we use a methodology to increase participation? See, in terms of increasing the participation, I will say use multiple channels. Whether it is sharing the links on the WhatsApp groups or mails, follow-ups, those things are very, very important. So again, when follow-up comes, you need to write something in the mail. So you can give a Chat GPT prompt, please write a follow-up email on this thing, where we engage with the employees to respond, and why it is important to give a response to this. I have realized in my career that if we give the input to the employees that why it is important to give the response to surveys, their response rate actually increases. It also depends on, sometimes we call it survey fatigue, that if the organization is conducting many surveys throughout the year, then there is a survey fatigue. And in those cases, the response starts going down. The other thing is, many times employees keep on responding to your surveys, but if the organization does not take any kind of action on those survey inputs, then again the response starts dwindling. So my request is that follow-up is one aspect. The other aspects are in terms of look at the overall fatigue, survey fatigue kind of thing, as well as look at what are you doing with the survey, and what are you doing with the outcome of the survey. So if you're addressing those two elements as well, I can assure you that the responses will be very good. Yes, so I'm moving forward. So these are the survey questions you can make. Chat GPT is helping you to creating those text. So I'm now moving forward and getting into the other part, and looking at now we're getting into generating a list of key performance indicators, and so I think this was something which somebody asked, that performance. So outline a structured performance improvement plan, PIP. So it is based on individual matter or individual case. So the prompt for that is outline a structured performance improvement plan, that is PIP, detailed steps for identifying issues, setting goals, and tracking progress. Okay, so once we are just entering that particular prompt, so I think whether it is from feedback from interview or from performance discussion, those inputs can be used to further customize this process or further customize this improvement plan, performance improvement plan. And this talks about the process outline, where the initial observations are there. You have to gather the evidence, the initial discussion, and the setting goals for improvement. You have to define a very clear and achievable goal. Then you have to define what is the expectation, then the timelines, everything is, then you can document that whole process. Then finally you have to track the progress of it, so that we know that if PIP has come, how to support that. Yes, it's understood. Okay. So Amit says that yes, he has understood it. Very nice. What I'm going to do, sometimes we are required to develop, whether we call it KRA or OKR, of particular department, particular role. So even Chat GPT can be used to create those kind of prompts where we define the OKR, and it can be revalidated as well. So the prompt is develop an OKR, objectives and key result framework for the role of research scientist at ABC Private Limited, focusing on specific objectives aligned with department goals. So if you have these specific objectives already mentioned, you can also copy paste those specific objectives over here. Then the prompt will become more and more effective. You see, it talks about the objective and then the key results. So every objective has been added up with 4 key results. So first talks about enhancing the product innovation and development. Then the second one talks about the improved research efficiency and quality control. Then the cross-department collaboration. You see, this makes your life quite, I think, easier. I hope everybody is agreeing to me on that particular point, that if we are able to make most use of this technology which is available, we can, whatever the mundane things are there, which where not a lot of validation is happening, those can be actually done via this thing, and it can considerably reduce your efforts. Okay, so it has also given us something on the note on the implementation part. So your quarterly reviews, alignment. Here I have one question for each one of you. So how many of you are actually going to use it more rigorously now? Please comment, yes, I'm going to use. In the chat box, yes, I'm going to use. I want to just see that how many are actually going to utilize it. So Anjali says yes, Padmija says yes, I am. We're getting those comments. Amit says Nitin yes. So this is the beauty of tool, and more you interact with this tool, more and more. Vinayak says already I'm using it. Kunal Patil says yes, I am. Good. If Vinayak is using, if he can share some prompt which we can use also, definitely we can use that prompt and see how that responds. Vaibhav Desai says using it every day. Very good. That is what we need to do so that we are able to make most out of the system or tools which are available with us. So these are a few things from the part of performance management. Let's look at the other part of HR, which is called employee engagement. And here we are going to look at how we can create some kind of plan for team building kind of activities. Let's look at the prompt, that how we can create the plan for them. Team building activities, different kind of things which can be done as an engagement activity. So the prompt is create a plan for implementing regular team building activities that foster collaboration and improve morale among employees. So what it has done, actually, it has given you a whole list of activities which can be done. So looking at your own resources and things like that, you can make it happen. If you look at the table which has come at as a result of timelines, you can see that form team building committee. You can do it biannually. The responsibility is defined. You can conduct employee surveys, define monthly activity, quarterly events, post activities, feedback survey, review and adjust the plan. So this is what is overall the process. We call plan, do, check, act kind of thing. PDCA process which is being followed over here. So this is going to help you. Yeah. So if we just go up and see what kind of things they have recommended, or for example, ice breaking games, short interactive games such as two truths and a lie, lunch and learn, informal sessions, those things, and you can name it as your own plan. And I can tell you, whatever prompt I'm using right now, even if you copy and paste same prompt for yourself, there is going to be difference. There is going to be difference because the context changes, how you have used Chat GPT, those things changes, and the response is going to vary. The output is not going to be same for all of us. Okay, so please be aware about that particular aspect. Okay, so this is something on the engagement front. And similar way, you can create the policies, the processes related to engagement, the survey questionnaires. And I can tell you, but I can say bonus tip, once you get the output in an Excel, you're seeing an icon over here, attach a file. At the left hand side, attach a file. You attach that Excel file, and then you ask to analyze. Chat GPT is going to analyze that particular Excel file to you. Then you ask, write a report on this which I need to present to top management. It is going to do it for you. It is going to do it for you. It can write a report to you for you. Yes. So that is what it can help you in doing. Let me give you one more part of engagement prompt, where we are talking about the mentorship program of the organization, and we are creating one full program on mentorship. So the prompt is outline a mentorship program aimed at pairing employee with mentors to support professional growth and development within the organization. So here you are going to get more response related to the mentoring process, mentoring activity kind of things. You see the eligibility criteria, the implementation steps, how to pair, the program activities, the kind of support, the completion, the review of the program, as well as the timeline overview. Everything is ready for you. You have made the whole thing very, very easy for you. You can share with your management, get the approval, and get started. It is not going to take like 7 to 8 days. I can remember those days when Chat GPT was not there. So many times we used to go to Google, we start searching for something, then we kept on opening different websites about it, and then based on those inputs we started that this is applicable to us, let's use this thing, and then we started working on those elements. Here the work is very simple, very straightforward. So this is something related to the mentoring part. We can also go on the wellness programs. So it is going to help you a lot on this. I'm just going to the next aspect, because we are already more than, I think, closing to 8:30 was our scheduled closer time. So I'm just moving faster on that and looking at the next element, which is legal compliance part, that how we can create things related to legal compliances. So I'm just giving a prompt to create a training program focused on educating employees about legal compliances within India and related to other aspects of the law as well. So let's give it the prompt. So this is just an example. I have taken example of legal compliance. In the similar way, you can create multiple kind of training programs, and those programs are going to be very, very useful. So for example, it has given us a breakup of session by session. So you can create any kind of training program outline. In day one, what you're going to, in day one, there are sessions. So session 1, what are the learning objectives? What are the key topics you're going to cover? Then session 2, learning objective, the key topics you're going to cover. Session 3. So this gives you a whole outline. So this is day 1, then day 2, then your post-training follow-ups, then evaluation. So the structure is ready. Once the structure is ready, it becomes easy for you to follow up on that and customize it up to your own requirement. So this was something related to the training part, and it saves a lot of time, the legal compliances and everything. So there was one question which has come in between, and I'm going to respond it, where I'm going to create a learning path. So this is related to the training aspects, or I can say the learning path. So I've talked about the personalized learning path. So here I'm giving a prompt where it says create a learning path that includes a series of workshops on good manufacturing practices, emphasizing the importance of documentation and record keeping. So in line with the training plan, it is going to create a learning path, but here the inputs are very clear. We have talked about GMP principles. So it is going to give us something related to that particular thing. So better the prompt, better are the responses, and we can use it. So all those who have stuck to me till this moment, I can tell you, each one of you is going to receive in their email boxes by tomorrow a complete playbook of all the prompts, all different kind of prompts which you can use and practice on the things. So that you're going to receive as a PDF file. You can copy paste in Chat GPT and use it and understand more on these elements. So are you ready to receive that particular kind of playbook so that it can help you in using it and further customizing it as well? So I'm just coming closer to the end of the program, and I'm going to talk about the exit management. We have hired a person. Now we are looking at the exit management as well. So how ChatGPT can help us in that? So we are first of all asking ChatGPT to create the exit interview kind of things, that what kind of things need to be done in exit interviews. So I'm asking that develop a comprehensive exit interview questionnaire to gather feedback from departing employee about their experience at ABC Private Limited. It is very similar to what we have learned so far in terms of surveys. But since the context here changes for exit, it is going to change. You can see that kind of questions. What is the primary reason for leaving? That is first question. Could you please elaborate on the main factors, specific incident situation, work environment? Did you feel the company culture promoted collaboration, respect, and inclusion? If there are any particular feedback you want to take from the the employee which is exiting the company, then you can take that feedback, the resource kind of things. So you can see all the sections, all the questions are very, very relevant to the exiting employee. And once we take feedback and we start working on that, obviously the company culture is going to change. The people are going to come forward and give more and more feedback for improvements. So this is something which you can use in your day-to-day. Again, either you can go for hard copy of the things over here, or you can also go for creating whether it's a Google form or the Microsoft form. Even via that, you can use this particular thing. So here we have one thing which I have realized, in my career also, that many a times when employee is exiting, typically checklists are not there, and then we tend to forget we have not done this with that employee, we have missed this part with that employee. So easier said than done. Give a prompt, create a checklist for HR to follow during exit process, including documentation, requirement, final settlement details, and knowledge transfer procedures. I'm expecting output in a table, so I will mention the prompt output in a table, because it makes reading and understanding of the things easier. So yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, output in a table. You see, acknowledging the resignation, confirm receipt, yes or no, confirm last working day, verify, communicate employee's final working day, also check with department. Then document collection, collect all the necessary document. What are those? The system is defined for you. There are ID card, access card, parking passes. If there are other things which company might be using, you can add that as well. Then company issued assets such as laptops, phones, any other things are there, files, records. Then whether you have completed the exit interview or not. Many times I have found that candidate employee has gone and you have not conducted the exit interview, and you realize it at a very later point of time. Once these kind of checklists are there, that is going to make sure that you don't miss any point. Then knowledge transfer, this is another important. You can take some checks from the department as well, that whether handing over has happened or not. So these can come very, very easy for you. Financial clearance are there. Then benefits on the termination or when the person is leaving. Health insurance, whether you have discontinued the health insurance of the person or not, whether in the PF the exit date of the employee has been mentioned or not. If you have got the checklist with you, it will ensure that you are not missing any important aspects. Gratuity calculation, if applicable, is there with the employer or not. Then whether the full and final has been prepared and settlement has been shared. Those kind of things are there. You can look at everything. Very, very helpful, I can say. Very, very helpful tool. And it actually cut down on a lot of time which we invest in doing these kind of activities. Yeah. So, I will tell you, you can also use it for creating some kind of exit interview reports can also be created from here. So because if in those particular case, simply whatever you have interacted with that candidate, interacted with that employee, you simply put it that I have interacted with this particular employee whose last working day is so and so. During my interview or during my interaction with the candidate, the employee says A, B, C, E, F, G, H kind of things, and based on this, kindly make a report. Okay, so whatever I have mentioned over here, generate a report template summarizing exit interview findings. So instead of template, you will mention generate a report summarizing exit interview findings, such as whatever particular to this person, mention those information and give it a prompt. So this is going to actually help you in generating the overall report for the management for each and every employee who is exiting the organization. What are the reasons, so that they're able to make changes in the things as well. Yes, so look at it, prepared by, reporting period, date, what is overview, everything is going to come. You are not going to miss anything over here. At the last, it also talks about what are the areas where we can look at. Yes. So this is, I think you might be finding it very intriguing as well as interesting, and everybody might be thinking, "Come on, I can do it. It is very easy." But here I would like to share few word of caution. Okay, don't feel I want to make you fearful of the system, but just a few word of caution. Number one, you have to understand the subject related to which you are giving the prompts, because sometimes Chat GPT do make mistakes, and until and unless you understand the subject, you won't be able to find those mistakes. So it is always advisable to look at the response, understand it properly, then only start making use of it. Don't assume that whatever response are coming from Chat GPT is 100% right. Something here and there can be mistakes. In fact, while I have been giving prompts quite regularly to it, Chat GPT, and I have found those mistakes, and I have responded that this is a mistake. Kindly correct. So the Chat GPT responds, yes, this was wrong, this is right. So what then it corrects itself. Okay, so please very be aware about it. Second thing which I would like to talk here, and this is very important, uh, something related to data privacy. We are giving some information to Chat GPT. We understand this, people talk about it secure. I also understand that it's secure, but if there are information related to financials, I will try not to use it. Okay, because this information can or might be used somewhere. So try to I will say uh, limit those information sharing wherever it is possible, because privacy of data is important. You never know, somebody get the access to it and then all information is out. As far as plain simple policies are concerned, I think those things can be easily done. Okay, if you are here with me and you are finding it interesting, I would urge you to kindly go to my channel, like, subscribe, follow me on that. And let me give you the final prompt for the day. Amit is asking a very interesting question. Can this exit interview report be prepared in PPT form along with graphical presentation? Amit, you can try it. Yes, I have tried it. PPT gets created, charts gets created automatically. So you can try that, and I can tell you, you'll be more than happy that it creates Word document, it creates PDF. Uh, okay, so you have to just write, create this thing in PDF or rewrite it in a PDF. So it is going to develop the PDF, Word, PowerPoint. So all these things I have already used, so I can assure you that these things are possible to be downloaded in those particular formats, in those particular files. Then you can open those files and edit it. It becomes easier then. So with that, we are very close to the today's session, and I hope you people would have enjoyed this session. Last is the bonus tip. Last is the bonus tip. What happens? So let me tell you what happens if you are very new and you don't know what kind of prompts to be given, how to go about it, or how to train your Chat GPT so the responses are very clear. So I am going to give a prompt to Chat GPT so that now Chat GPT is going to ask me questions, and once I respond to those questions, I can tell you the responses are amazing. The responses are amazing. I missed sharing of screen. Going back to the screen. Yes. So the prompt is something like this. I want you to work as an effective and efficient assistant to HR manager. Ask me 20 questions which will help you in generating customized solution for the HR manager. And you can customize this prompt more. And the moment you press enter, it is going, Chat GPT is now going to ask you 20 questions. You can make it 20, 30, 40, 50. The more question Chat GPT asks you and the more clear response you give to Chat GPT, better it becomes. And then solutions are like somebody is actually your real assistant who is helping you out and doing things. For example, it is asking that what are the current top priorities for the HR department, for example, recruitment, employee engagement, or compliance. What are the key challenges in HR team? So you have to simply respond it by one, and then your response. Two, your response. One, for example, one is recruitment. So I'm not responding to all the questions. I'm just putting one response. One is recruitment. Okay, and I press enter. So in the similar way, you have to answer all the questions. The questions are from general HR operations, from recruitment and onboarding, then employee engagement and retention. So you have to respond to all these questions. You have to give response to all these questions. And once that is done, and then you start asking creation of policy, FAQs, whatever is coming to your mind. Then you will find that it is very, very efficient, effective system, actually working like your own personal assistant. So this was the bonus tip which I wanted to share with all of you. And I hope you would have understood that how this Chat GPT is a great tool which can be used to cut down on the time on this routine task and move to more strategic roles, more employee engagement, more interaction with employee, being more creative. So those things can come up for HR. Your analytics can be handled, your SOPs documents can be made, your emails can be formatted, your email drafts can be made. So all those things are taken care very, very easily over here. So my dear friends, my dear colleagues, from HR domain, from non-HR domain, I think you would have found this session very, very useful, and you would have learned a lot of things from this session. Thank you all for joining me today. Keep on giving your suggestions in the comment box. I will try to plan a new session where I'm going to talk more about using Chat GPT or any other AI tool which can make the work easier for the HR professionals. And kindly share this video also with your friends, because they're also going to get benefited from this complete session, and they're going to be more efficient, more effective. Thank you once again for joining in. God bless you all. Thank you very much.